Hey, besties. It's me and Lois Hampson, MAMFT, also known from me to you guys. She my mom, my mommy, my mother, all the things. That's her. Um, and today we're going to be talking about the power of your words and how they can help shape your now, as well as shape your past and shape your future. And you already know how we're going to do it. We're going to do some cahoots. We're going to do a little bit of talkity talk, a little bit of chatty chat. And just like that, that's how the show is going to go. But before all that happens, Lois, that sounds so weird to say. Mom, can you please introduce yourself?
I'm not sure which you want me to say, but I'm Lois Hampson. I'm just Lois. I'm mom. I'm a whole lot of things. I'm just me.
Hey, that works. That works. So we're gonna go to the game. Y'all already know it's in the chat if you can see it. I already dropped it in the chat. This is the Kahoot. If you go to kahoot.it on your browser, on your phone, and or your desktop, and put in 3950809, you will join the game. The game is not going to be locked. That means you can join at any time, and we're going to have the fun nonstop. Okay. And if not, there is, like I said, a link that you can click on, or if you have the app, it'll take you to the app. Okay. With all that being said, I gotta take off one of these gloves because I won't be able to answer. Okay. Yes, I'm a minion today, but I need my hand so I can play. I'm not gonna say I win, but I want to play today. So let's go ahead and get started. Hit that start. Hit that start. And hey, Brennan, getting ready. Your words shape your future. Yes, yes. Which word can instantly grab someone's attention? What word can instantly grab someone's attention? Someone said help, and then someone else said free. They both grab people's attention. I feel
But it
as
was wrong.
I'm saying though, in my eyes, I feel like it's both. Because if you see free, you perk up. If you see help, some people don't want to help. So that's why I was like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Okay. Which word can create a sense of exclusivity? Yay, yay. Yes. The game pin is. Give me 1 second, Brennan. I got you. There you go. It's 3950809. 3950809. There you go. Just to make sure it's just written down. I hope that helps you guys. Okay, to the next question. Remember, there is double points in this game, so that means at any time you could possibly catch up to us. We've seen it before. It was wild. It was wild. So, next question. What is the synonym of beautiful? Absolutely. I think I got this. Yeah, attractive. Okay, we got another contestant in. Brennan has arrived. Brennan has arrived. Okay, next question. Which word can create a sense of urgency? Everybody said today, in the name of today. That's very urgent. It's a now type of situation. Mhm. Which word can evoke curiosity and interest?
Hmm.
Fascinating. Fascinating.
Okay.
Um, what else do we have? What other questions we got? We're 6 out of 32. Like I said, you guys can still join. What is the antonym of happy? I think I got this. Yep. Uh, I I can see that. I can see
What?
that. Someone put angry as an option, and I can see how that can like I'll say vacillate if you go in between. Like you
Well,
can
it is a low vibe. It is a low vibe emotion. It's not. It does not quite equate to the opposite of happy.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, but I see what they were doing there. I see it.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Ooh, double points. What is the antonym of hot? It makes me think of a Katy Perry song. Okay. Yes, I gave y'all a hint. Katy Perry song. Okay.
Well,
Uh,
that hint didn't work for me. I guess I'm in the wrong generation.
yeah, sad. So antonym means opposite. I I thought it should be both of them too. I understand that one. Okay, what is the antonym of success? I feel like they just gave us a whole bunch of synonyms, except for one. Okay, I gotta lose. I'm gonna work on losing. One moment, please. Double points. How can words shape our self perception? Okay, so someone put fosters self acceptance and self love, builds self confidence and self worth. I feel as though the answer was both, and it jibbed someone out of points.
Well, the answer was both. Okay. So
Okay,
it,
because I was like, it's both in my eyes.
no, it is both. It is both.
Okay, because I was like, I'm almost positive it's both, and I'm glad to know that I'm not crazy to think it is both. No, you are all good. Like I said, they look like the exact same answer. So, next question. What is the antonym of beautiful? Okay, what we got? Someone put gorgeous and someone put ugly. Gorgeous is not the antonym, it's not the opposite of beautiful.
Okay, so maybe you should say what instead of saying what is the synonym, say what is the same as, and instead of saying antonym, say what is the opposite. It might
It
help.
makes sense. I can do that. I can actually do that. And then they said that they misclicked.
Okay.
That happens.
But it's okay. But it's okay. We all make errors.
Oh, yes. Okay, what means to appreciate? It's for double points.
I love this one. This is one of my favorite things to do.
And it's to thank. If you got the answer right, congratulations. Congratulations. Okay. Now we have a poll. I thought this poll was going to come at the very beginning, but here we are. Do you believe that words have a significant impact on your life? Yep, we all said yes. We all said yes. We all
My
said.
que- my question to the audience is, but do you know why? We'll talk about that later.
What is the acronym DIY stand for? Acronym is what do the first initials actually like mean? There we go. And it's do it yourself in the name. Okay. And let's go to the next question. What is the uh, this acronym OMG stand for? It
Oh
makes me think
my!
of the Usher song.
You know what? It was two of them. It could have been because initially it started out as oh my god, and then it was oh my goodness because
It
people
was.
said don't use God's name in vain. So
I was
that
like, uh huh.
that was a messed up question. Okay.
Hey, it happens. It happens.
Okay. Yes.
Um, and I can say this is that a lot of these it should have been multiple answers, and it never happened. What does the acronym LOL stand for? I know what I want it to stand for,
Ah.
but I know what it stands for. I believe. Now, what I want it to stand for though is lots of love. I like that one.
Well, that's important that you know that because sometimes we don't communicate because we don't know the words.
That is very fair. What is the opposite of hate? Now we're just going fast at this point. I feel like it's a speed round. And you go, mom. 3,000 above everything. Double points. What is the opposite of fast? Mm-mm. If you want to join, you still can. The code is in the chat, and we're playing Kahoot. So Kahoot.it, and then put the pin number in. Which word can create a sense of luxury? That is bonkers.
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
No, I was reading a comment. It had nothing to do with what the question was.
Oh, oh, okay, okay.
I'm not trying to miscommunicate over here. No, the Brennan put I didn't get points for my answer, even though I got it right, and it said I was wrong, and I was like, that's wild. That's just wild, and I don't know how to fix that in the system. I'll be honest and real. Double points. Which word can make someone feel motivated? Hey, moving on up, moving on up. What does the acronym BTW stand for? That is the question. That is the question, and it's they the way. They the way. We learned LOL. We learned OMG. Hmm. Which word can make someone feel special? And it's not and I. No, it's not and I. Okay, cool. Uh, let's see. We got. You got no. Two people said thing. One person said you. I feel like it's both the answers again, and Brennan's point that I said there should be multiple answers. Not going to lie, earlier it's true.
Yeah, well, it's thing is depends on who designed this test because sometimes you can say you and that doesn't make a person feel special.
Hmm.
Depending on the circumstance. So that one didn't make sense to me. Okay, so anyway, when you are appreciated, when I'm appreciated or I'm thanked, I feel very special.
I do too, especially when it's thank you together. Oh my gosh! Oh my
Oh,
god!
okay, yeah, let's put those two together.
I'm just gonna be honest and real with you. And we got Hero. Oh, Hero. Ray Davis is in the building, Mom,
Oh,
and
all
she
right.
says, "Oh snap! Lloyd's got the content creator makeup on today. I see you." That's what she says. And Brennan,
Oh,
not gonna
okay.
lie, I had no idea what word makes someone feel special, and that makes sense. And that makes sense. And I also think
They should have wrote I love you there. So, you know what I mean?
that makes someone feel very special. That sure does.
Okay.
And then some people, not so much, because they don't know what it means. But that's okay. Um, what does the acronym TGIF mean? In the name. That's all I want to keep saying. In the name. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. You're doing a great job. And Brendan, I see you. 1,000 points off. Double points again. Which word can make someone feel valued? All these are great. I'm not trying to give a hint. I'm just like, all of these were great though.
Well, they should have pointed some that said this one is greater than that one. You know what I
I think
mean?
it should have been like one of those puzzles or something. I don't know, but I feel like all of those, like, for someone to say you did a great job, that feels good. For someone to say You did excellent. That feels good. So I want to say that you are amazing. That feels good. And then A, you did a good job. That feels good too. So I don't know what this test is talking about. Okay, I'm done. Soapbox over. But that's just me.
maybe AI made the test.
I did I did have AI make majority of the test. I
Okay, all right.
don't know all the answers. It's a way for help and like impartial, being impartial. What does the acronym FYI stand for? I did not answer fast enough, but it's for your information.
I almost missed it because I was because I wasn't paying attention.
I know, Brennan. I know. We all feel it for this test. Which is the same as happy? What we got here? Everyone said joyful, joyful. Okay. What is the opposite of good? At least they made this one easier. Like, I'm being honest, like that one's a lot easier to answer. hmm We got another double points. What is the opposite of strong? Mighty, mighty. It is weak. I learned that one from Hercules. hmm Another double points. What is the opposite of big? I don't know why I thought of a cartoon when I saw the elephant, the elefante, but it made me think of a cartoon. But isn't there a cartoon with the mouse and an elephant?
Horton
No.
hears a who?
There we are. I was like, there's a cartoon like this. Okay. How can negative words affect relationships? Creates distance and conflict. Conflict. Another double points. Which word means to apologize?
I like the commentary that the machine that Kahoot has after you push the button.
You're on the podium, or you did a good job, or too quick? Which one?
No, a bit too swift.
Oh,
Let-
yeah. Get some shade. And you're like, did I answer the right question or did I lie and get it wrong?
okay.
Happened. And the thing, it's a toss up. I feel like it's a toss up.
That's
Okay,
it.
what is the opposite of brave? Especially what? Because I cut you off and I sincerely apologize.
I know I had to contribute into the question because I got the longest streak that I've had the whole game.
I am paying attention.
Okay, because I wasn't paying attention before. I was half paying attention.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Okay, last question. Double points. Which word can persuade someone to take action? Now. Right now. Now. Right now. Okay. Okay.
That was
Let's
fun.
see the
Drum
end
roll.
game.
Where's your sound effects?
I actually don't. Here, my sound effect machine, it's somewhere. I don't know where I put it. I'm gonna be honest.
I think I actually have drumsticks here. I could have did a drum roll.
You're good.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well,
Congratulations on first place. Congratulations, Brennan, on second place. And I am fine being last because the last shall be first and the first shall be last. In the name, yes,
well,
it.
it was really kind of unfair. It was like An unfair fight because my whole career for the last 40 something years has been spent helping people deal with their emotions by dealing with the way they talk. So I kind of had an edge, and I do understand a lot about words and emotions and all this stuff that this was doing. So if I didn't win, then I would question what I've been doing all these years.
That's it's a fair question to
And
ask.
I'm competitive. And I'm competitive. Okay,
She
I'm
is.
sorry. I'm your mama. I'm competitive.
I'm aware, and I have no issues losing. Like I tell people, I'm like, nah. Even
No,
though
I
I
don't
make
mind. I don't mind losing either, but I'm gonna lose at what I know. You know.
fair, that's fair.
Okay.
Okay, so some comments to catch up on. Y'all are so pretty. Thank you so much for the
Thank
compliment.
you.
Brennan says a bit too swift, me, and then the sweating emoji. Not bad. I got second with the smiley face. Okay,
That's
just so
cool,
we are caught
Brennan.
up.
How old are you, Brennan? Because I can't see all the comments.
That's a great question. I don't even know. I just know that they're wise for their years. Uh,
Okay.
they have beautiful.
Did he put it in the chat?
Not yet, but I'll be on the lookout.
Okay. All right.
Mhm. So I brought you on because one, we're starting the month of October, and you all know, like, number one, new beginnings. So
Hmm.
in the new beginnings and in that mindset, I was like, let's bring on a professional so that we can get a little bit more in the know about how we can bring about our new beginnings as to what we actually want in our lives versus what we're seeing the same old and that we're so done with kind of thing. And I thought you would be the perfect person because you talk about transmutational storytelling on your podcast, Igniting the Divine Spark Within. And I thought that was a very interesting concept because I even asked AI. They have no idea what I'm talking about. I've asked the GPTs of the world, I've asked the Geminis of the world, I have even talked to Cloud or whatever their name is. I think Claude. Okay. No one knows what this is, ma'am. So
Because no
I
one
know you
knows
invented
because because I it was something that I coined, but it's something that everybody does and everybody can do. And when I talk to people who had changed their lives where they went from quote unquote rags to riches or from sickness to health or from victim to victor, regarded to what it is, the beginning of it began when they started saying something different and telling the story of their quote unquote trauma. I don't like labels, so I'm gonna do a quote unquote probably a lot. Their trauma, and when they started seeing it as growth opportunity, and they switched it around and started describing when somebody says, "Well, how are you doing?" Instead of telling them how you can't stand the weather, how bad everything is, and the economics, and I wish I could have, would have, and all that kind of stuff, you can tell somebody how you're doing without being negative with and but still tell them what's going on with higher vibration words. And I don't, if you don't know what a vibration is, everything is energy. This is science now. This little science lesson. Everything is energy. Okay. This table is energy. This phone is energy. I'm energy. You're energy. And since everything is energy, everything has a vibration. Okay. And there's words have a vibration as well, and words release chemicals in your brain and hormones in your brain that go into your bloodstream and all over your body to decide whether you're going to be sick or healthy, because energy moves and changes things. So if you're a person always say I'm sick and tired all the time, eventually you're going to get sick and tired. So it's not what you want, it's what you say. And a lot of people tell stories about, tell their story, or have a story that they're telling that locks them into a cycle of abuse and a cycle of trauma, especially if they're describing their situation as trauma, because if you're, everything has two ends on it. Everything has it's a pole. At one end there's love, at one end there's hate, and there's all these options in the middle. And when you choose hate, you're choosing a lower vibrational energy. In the vibrational energy of hate on an emotional vibration scale, it's way down there in the ones and the 200s. But if you say something that's like a word like victory or something, that's way up there in the thousands. So the vibration of the words that you use will shape what you will turn into what we call matter. Like I said, this is science. This is how your brain works and everything. So we have to be careful what words we use because we are commanding our bodies every time we open our mouth or think a thought, okay? Because of this vibration, because our thoughts are vibration, you know. Everything is vibrating. We may not be able to see it, but but when we learn how to use our words wisely, my mother used to tell me to put my mind in motion before I put my mouth in gear because I was one of them kids who had a little something to say about everything, and I would do the the snake charmer neck and everything, but I had to learn that the words I was using were causing me the pain that I was in because the words that I was using kept me in a low vibration. And in a low vibration, uh, everything low could come at you. That means fighting, rapes, murders, arguments, all of that stuff happens on a lower vibration. So we have to learn how to use our words that to uplift us, even if we've been through some stuff. And I've been through all different types of what they call traumas. Okay. Yet when I tell my story of these quote unquote traumas, I tell it in a way that empowers people to tell their own story, that empowers people to heal, that lets people know that you can come from well, you can come from the bottom and now and now be here, that song, I came from the bottom. But the thing is that I could, and when I tell my story in that way, I've elevated my health, I've elevated everything in my life. But when I was telling my story as I was a victim, I stayed being a victim because I'm gonna give you a little bit. In school, I was bullied. Okay, anything bad could happen to a child happened to me. Anything. It's just use your imagination. Okay, anything that bad can happen to a child happened to me, and I had to be able to process it. But I thought the world was cruel and evil. So because I believed the world was cruel and evil, many years of my life, the world was cruel and evil to me. For me, because that's what I said. That's what I believed. Those are the words that I used, and that sick and tired. I said, I'm sick and tired so much till eventually I ended up with 46 diseases and then literally died 3 times because of what I'm programming my body with. So when you think about your body, you got to remind yourself that your body is 60% water. 60% water at least. When you're younger, it's more. Or if you're athletic and you drink a lot of water and stay hydrated, it can be also more. But the average adult is 60% water or more. Okay, and water is programmable. So every time you think a thought, the neurochemicals in your brain, those hormones get released into your bodies, into all the cells of your body, and starts affecting the change. Okay, and it can be a positive change or a negative change. Like if your body release, say the neurochemical serotonin. I know this is a big word for if this is a young audience. Serotonin, that's a mood enhancer for people. So if people are depressed, they usually give you an antidepressant pill that's a serotonin reuptake inhibitor. I know that's a lot of big words for y'all, but they give you the stuff to help the serotonin. But because certain words release the serotonin, certain words like that word they said help. When everybody hears help, all of a sudden adrenaline is released in your brain because it puts you on high alert and gets you ready to fight or flight. So the thoughts and the words all correlate because our body is listening to everything that we're thinking. And if we're thinking, I'm not good enough, I can't do it, I will never be, I will never have, then you're programming all them I think it's the doctor I was talking to on Sunday said it was over 9 trillion cells in your body, in the human body, and you have the divine spark that creates, and that cell creates after its own. You're programming all the cells in your bodies against you when you're thinking negative thoughts, when you're talking bad about yourself. But when you think positive ones and talk positive about yourself, I can do it. I allow myself to be strong in this situation. Even if you don't feel strong, tell yourself anyway, because when you tell whatever you tell yourself is what you're gonna get. Now you can tell yourself you ain't gonna be nothing, you ain't never be done, and people can tell you that stuff. People told me that stuff because I was a child of a drug addict. Okay, I wasn't supposed to never be nothing. I was supposed to have 5 kids by 6 daddies. Okay, based on the statistics and where I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, but that's not what I believed, and that's not what I wanted. And so I told myself, I'm gonna be a therapist. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be that. I'm going to college, and I'm gonna have straight A's. And best believe, you know, that's what happened for me, and it started in elementary when a teacher told my mother, had me in the classroom, and they gave me an IQ test and told my mother that I was not going to be able to be educated, and the term for that was I was educably retarded. I would never learn to read or write, and that, oh, I was a cute little girl, so she might as well groom me to be somebody's good wife. Okay, and she put me out the room, and she had some words with the teacher man, and and basically said, just because you don't know how to teach her don't mean she can't learn. And then she said a whole bunch of things, and then she had me begin saying affirmations. What do you want? I want to get A's, and she kept making me say it until I was screaming it out loud, and I was crying that I want to get straight A's. And at that point, I was not getting no A's. I was failing on everything because I couldn't understand anything. And that forced the teacher to teach differently as well. But when people give you those, people use words over you. Okay, in school they call them spelling words. Okay, they're actually are programming you. And if your voice is stronger than anybody else's voice, your thoughts are stronger than anybody else's thoughts when it comes to you. And it is only what you believe and what you say that matters. Anybody can say anything else about you that they want to say something about you. I don't care if they mind your mama, your daddy, your cousin, or whoever. They can call you anything, but it's what you believe about you that really matters and that will shape your future.
I just want to thank you so much. That was absolutely amazing. And I did bring up the emotional guidance scale so people can
Uh,
actually get a reference of what you were actually referring to when it goes up from being powerless, aka victimhood, all the way up to joy, appreciation, love, and enlightenment.
yeah.
Um, because I know for me, I was told in February that I wasn't going to have a position anymore with the company that I was at. And I took it as I did something wrong. There was something wrong within me. That's why they would remove me from the job because they didn't like me. And I tried to process that with a licensed professional. She told me that I did not need therapy. I did not need to talk to anyone. I did not need to process it because I was fine. And after that, I went into myself. I did not call my mom. Y'all, I can call my friend, aka my mom, but I did not call her. I decided to internalize this and try to deal with it myself. And it got dark. I'll just say it got dark again for a little bit of time before I actually took the initiative to actually seek out my mom and ask her, hey, what I need a little bit of help. And she was like, Sharente, think about the words that you're actually using to describe the situation. They took the job from you and they're dissolving your position. Didn't you just say they graduated from your job because you did such a good job that they no longer need that position in their org structure? They need something a little bit better. Is there anything really wrong with that? And then they're paying you out a bonus at the end of it to say you did a wonderful job. Thank you so much. And I was like, you are right. You are right.
And wait, and gave you 6 months, and gave you a 6 months head start to find the next gig. So when you frame it right, you see the growth opportunities. You were looking at it through a dirty window frame. It's like I'm looking at this window out here. They need to come into this hotel and clean these windows. I'm looking at all these spots all over this window. And that's how you were looking at it, through all those different spots in you that you still need to bring love to, that you're not good enough, or you messed up and it's your fault and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes, most times, nothing is about you in the first place. Everybody's too busy caring about themselves to really be thinking about anybody else like that. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I wonder. They gonna think I'm this. They gonna think I'm that. They ain't think about you. I hate to say it. That sounds so cold. But ain't nobody thinking about you. Not like that. That's you thinking about you. Well, I wonder what they gonna say. They gonna say whatever you're saying, because what happens is, when you start believing that something is wrong with you will get people that come on the outside of you to prove what you just said. And if you believe something, like, say for instance, you're disrespecting yourself by, not going to the bathroom when you got to go to the bathroom. You say, "Oh, I'll hold it and I'll wait. I'll hold it till I get home, or I'll hold it until this show go off." Okay, that's disrespectful to your body. Okay, so something's going to happen on the outside of your body where somebody's going to disrespect you, because all people are just our mirrors. They show us what we're doing to ourselves. When people are coming to you with kindness and love and appreciation, that's showing you that you're being kind and loving and appreciating yourself. When they come at you with disrespect, and they stealing from you, and they lying to you, that's because you're stealing from yourself, probably with your finances, or by spending money you shouldn't. Well, I ain't gonna say should, because I ain't gonna shit on nobody, but spending money that you know that is not wise to spend at the time, or you may be blowing money by partying on the weekend, or it could be anything, but where you are actually putting a hole in your own handbag, as my grandma used to say. You're putting a hole in your purse, girl, because the money was just leaking out, and I'll just spend it anyway. But that's what you'll see. Okay, because, or you'll have somebody cheat on you, because you're cheating yourself with your finances. Okay, so anything that's going on the inside of us is you we're going to see on the outside. They call that the law of correspondence. That's one of the 12 divine laws of the universe. And if you don't know those, ain't never heard of them before, I say research them, YouTube them, because once you know how the universe works, it doesn't matter what race, creed, color, religion you are. This is how the universe works, and how energy works, and how everything works. Once you know that, you have a blueprint, and your life can be much more successful, because you'll understand that everything begins and ends with you. Okay, and that divine spark that's inside of you is supposed to be lit up, and it's love, and that's what it is. And anytime you feel anything other than love about any circumstances, person, situation, you got to repeat that over again until you're able to see it in the light of love. And our words are a way to shift us there. Okay. You don't have to start saying, go from, you can't go from "I hate you" to "I love you." You got to work your way up. Well, I don't care too much for them. I don't care too much for that. Well, I care about some things, and I don't care about other things. You know what? That they're not so bad. Everybody has bad days. Maybe I got them on a bad day. And you walk yourself up the emotional scale. And then when you tell your story, you'll be able to tell it from a place of victory. You know, if you have survived anything, okay, and if you've been through anything, you have survived it, because you're here listening to this podcast, or whatever this is, you know. And if you can stop now, don't laugh at me, but
I love
whatever it is, I know I'm not tech savvy like you. I'm sorry. The names don't. I don't know all the names for everything. But the thing is that when you recognize who you are, and that your words are shaping your life, your thoughts are shaping your life, because it's releasing those chemicals into your body, and that's emotion. Your energy, the energy that the thoughts and the words release goes into motion, and with the biochemical release,
you.
and then you feel
No,
the
no, no.
emotion.
Pause. So if y'all seen Inside Out, okay,
Oh
they do
yes.
a really good depiction of what she is talking about. That's why I'm like, we're gonna pause so I can give y'all what to think about when she's describing what she is saying. Remember how the emotions were literally at the wheel, and they were controlling what was going on, saying how are we going to feel about this situation? They kept saying that to each other, and then they will actually have the person that the emotion that needed to actually express itself go up and control the panel. From there, you saw the little tubes and how a bubble, aka a memory, was taken and put it in the archive for them to then cycle at the end of the night for long term memory. You guys remember that? This is all in the Inside Out movie. Can't make this up. We saw it in
it's a
one and
wonderful
two.
movie.
So I just want you guys to like know, like, if you don't know what she is referring to, please look back at that movie and you're going to see it from a new light because you've been around new knowledge, new information. And when you go with something with new information, you can actually draw a new conclusion with a new set of words attached to that conclusion.
And that's the
So
whole thing is, and when you use these new set of words, when you're changing the way you're seeing a thing, you're not seeing it from the negative end of the pole. You're seeing it from the positive end of the pole. And when you change the way you see things, the things that you see change because you've just changed the frequency and vibration of that memory. Kind of like what they were doing in the Inside Out movie. Okay, they were trying to. Joy was busy in the second one. Joy was busy trying to stop the bad things that the baby was experiencing from going into long term memory. When we need all of our memory, we need all the stuff that we experience to shape us. We can't hide nothing away, and one emotion can't take over the whole stream. Joy became very toxic. Okay, and just
toxic.
like anxiety became toxic too because they were trying to run the ship all by themselves. And the thing is like we have a full range of emotions. I mean, a whole lot of them. And in any circumstance and in any situation, we get to choose which one by choosing our words, which one we want to feel. I hope this is making sense. I know, and I asked her before I came on here. I wasn't sure the age of the audience or anything like that, but
Like I said, people will understand if they are meant to understand it, as in they are open to receive, and if they want to do more research, if they don't understand certain points. I can say we have used synonyms for things, we have described it in different ways. So if you still can't grasp it, that's okay. It does not be for you, and there's nothing wrong with that. And
yeah,
something else I want to know is this: is that okay? People talk about manifestation, law of attraction, and all that stuff, and they think that's like the only part of the 12 laws. Like, no, that's one of multiple. And for me, part of my story that I just told you guys about my job is I was dealing with the law of polarity. I thought everything was up, and then the contrast entered in, and everything flipped upside down. The darkness was there, the light was down here, even though they're both the exact same at the exact same time. If that makes any sense.
yeah.
So
Nothing
why
really changed except your perspective.
exactly, and pretty much the lens that you're talking about, and the
Mm.
lens that we actually use to view the world also is through our emotions sometimes. And I remember you telling me when I was younger, Sharente, never make a major life decision in the halt stage. And the halt
Yes.
stage was you're horny, hungry, hangry, angry, lonely, tired, and I said thirsty in the name because that's what we call it nowadays, thirsty. Um, so or simping, or that, I think that's another one of the words. But either way, shape or form, I can say is that something that I've been using to help me elevate myself was the emotional guidance scale, and I would purposefully, intentionally feel all of those emotions about the situation and work my way up one by one by one. So as you guys see on the chart right now, it starts with powerlessness. So in my job, I was like, I thought I did everything that I could, and it wasn't enough. Then I go up to the next one. Guilt. Did I do something? Like, what did I do to cause this? Insecurity. I don't know what I'm going to financially do in regards to the situation. Like, what's next? Like, I don't have a next. Um, Jealousy. Why do they get to keep their jobs and I don't? Like, what was so special about me for me to lose my job? Going to hatred. I've done the best I can, and how dare they? Um, Rage. Oh, like why? Like the world is just on fire. I just don't understand. Like,
But
no,
did you rage against people? No, you raged against yourself and
I
got sick.
I was raging against myself, y'all. So this is like me, I'm just working up these emotions. I want to demonstrate what this actually like
Hmm.
looks like. And it might take you a couple of tries, and you might want to do this with a licensed professional depending on where you are in your mental health journey. I'm going to say that now. Where you are, you might want to actually work with someone up these, because you might not know how to express these emotions. Now we're going to go.
What I found, let me say this. What
Yes.
I found that when I was practicing doing therapy with people, because I'm retired, y'all, when I was practicing with people, that most people, the general people, never rose above the joy's first, the girl's first five emotions: the joy, the anger, the disgust, and they never rise above those. So they don't know the difference between being angry and being disappointed. Okay. And both of those are different vibrations, those are different energies. So this only reason I'm saying this is because this emotional guidance skill would help you be able to really pinpoint. And I would ask them, okay, tell me five good things about you, and they would sit there and not be able to say anything. And I would ask them how they feel, and they would say fine. And I was like, okay, where is fine on this emotional scale? And then literally, I had another thing where that had faces. Where I said, and these some were adults, some were children. I would have them point to the face that they felt like, just like at the doctor when they checking your level of pain. You point to the face where your pain is. And they had to get used to knowing that, oh, I'm just disgusted by this. I'm not really angry. Okay. Oh, no, I just feel disrespected. I'm not this, And so you have to learn how to understand what you are feeling by allowing yourself to feel it. And then if you need, you may not need to label it. You really don't need to label it. All you got to do is choose to feel better. And the thing is, a good example here, good example. I'm going to say this. If I tell you to think of something that you hate, how does that feel in your body? Where do you feel that hate in your body? Something or someone that you may hate. Where are you feeling it? Okay, whatever that feeling is, that's the energy of that word. And if I tell you to think of something that you love, cute little kitten or a dog and a licking on your face, and just, something that you love, then if you feel that feeling in your body, that gives you a whole nother feeling. That's because each of those scenarios is releasing different chemicals in your brain. Okay. And this is why it's important that when you talk to yourself, when you think to yourself, that you're kind to yourself. And because this may be new information for you, you may have to act like you're a brand new baby, newborn baby child. Okay. A newborn baby child. Yes, I said it like that. Okay. All right. Because the thing is that when a child is learning how to walk, you don't. The parent doesn't get in front of the child and say, "You should. You stupid. You shouldn't have fell down." Da, 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 da. No, they don't. They. Oh, it's okay, baby. You can do it. Come on, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. And you got to be your own cheerleader. And you have to have the guts to say, "Hey, I don't like how this feels." God, spirit, whatever, whoever your power, higher power, if you have one, uh, help me to change how this feels because I don't like how this feels in my body. Help me to see this differently. And then the script will start flipping for you because you may talk to somebody and they may come and know, like, I had to let Sharente know that was kind of like a promotion. She went in there, did a job, and she set them up where they don't even need to have that job filled no more because she taught everybody how to do it. Okay. Now there's another wisdom going along with teaching, working yourself out of a job. I've done that many times too. But the thing is, it wasn't like, oh, they got rid of me because I was no good. No, they got rid of you because you went and did your job and they no longer needed that position anymore because they got it. They didn't know anything when you got there. So we have to start looking at things because everything has a different pole on it. Somebody can have a car accident and somebody say, oh my God, that was a bad accident. And the two people in the accident may have two different point of views of that accident. One may say, ooh, I get to get a new car. And the other one may say, oh my God, how am I going to get to work tomorrow? it depends on where their thinking is at, and everybody's thinking is different. Nobody is ever going to feel the same way you feel about anything ever. Everybody's feelings and thoughts are just as different, like as leaves on a tree. There are no two snowflakes alike. There's no two leaves alike. There are no two trees alike. Yeah, they have genres of trees, like pine trees or palm trees, but no two are alike in any way other than they're in the same genre. Like we're all human beings, but yet there is not another human being like Brennan. There's not another human being like Sharente or me. Okay. And we have to know that we have to feel what we need to feel in order to grow and to become what we want to become in life, whether we are just starting out as a kid or whether we're in the middle of our career or we have to say what we want to see in our life. That's why affirmations work. And if you have a hard time with affirmations, an affirmation is just saying I am, I allow, programming your body, because you program your body to say, oh my, mine was, oh my God, Lois, how can you be so smart but so stupid? I used to say that to myself. And then I would make some of the dumbest mistakes, and I'm using those words loosely because I don't use those words anymore. But this is what I used to do. And all that, I'm telling you, all that, and then how I talked about the illnesses that I got and how I complained and complained and complained and said it over and over and over again until everything, that same law of attraction. I'm complaining, whatever I'm complaining about, I'm gonna see more of it because that's what I'm gonna attract to me. So if you're saying somebody is hateful, because of what you feel, that means that you're gonna draw more hateful people to you until you can see that those are just troubled people having problems and trying to make it just like you. Okay? And accept people because they're just as different as the leaves on a tree, you know? Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and I followed everything. I'm just here. I just exist. Um, so I do want to give a couple of shout outs. Someone said say banana. Banana. Okay. We got let's go. Regina is actually in the chat, my girl. I miss her inspiration. I also see Snow. Hey, hey, hey. How you doing, sunshine? And also, I think I saw Dr. Fashion earlier. I also want to shout you out for being here. So, just to go back to the scale, here I'll get. Should I finish the scale?
Yeah,
Should I?
finish the scale because it's important. And it's important that you tell them where the scale is found and how they can get it, and they don't necessarily need to know the vibrational hertz, but they need to see that what's up high and what's down low.
So, what you guys can type into Google, okay, is the Abraham Hicks Emotional Guidance Scale. And you'll see a whole bunch of images. Some people even sell it on Etsy. You do not need to buy it. You can just save the image and just look at it if you should need to, and put it in a safe space, like in your notes app. So I was at rage. Okay, angry. I'm angry that I now have to find a new job. I was super comfortable where I was at. I liked my days. Like, why? Ugh. Okay. Next, worry. How am I gonna make sure that like all my fixed expenses are paid? Like, how's that gonna work? Because 5 plus 5, that is still a thing. Like, what's going on? Like, am I gonna be able to do it? Um, is my family going to be okay? Is this transition like, is it going to be okay? Doubt. I've been applying for a job for 7 months and I'm not getting any job offers. Like, I don't get it. I know I'm qualified. I know I'm overqualified. I just don't understand. Like, what is it? Is it my resume? Is it how I present myself? Is it my hair? Is it my makeup? What is it? Impatience. It's been 7 months. I have been applying diligently like it's a full time job. I just don't understand. I
I
just
have a
don't get
question, Sharente. I have a question. During this time when you're saying all these things, this is all the stuff that you're saying to yourself, but wasn't it also what you were, the dots that you were saying to other people and the things that you were saying to other people?
I will say yeah, because I was also saying like I'm applying to jobs but I'm not getting anything. and I don't know what I'm gonna do as of when I actually like in my job. That's literally the line I kept using with everybody, everybody, if
Okay.
you will.
And then when you shifted to saying what, then what happened? Because that we gonna work all we gonna go to the top now. We didn't discuss how to bring it yourself up. What happened when you shifted what you said?
Okay, so I can say this. When I shifted what I actually said in regards to being thankful that one, I got to see all of my team members in person literally 1 week prior to my last day. Furthermore, I was able to take a vacation, which was really nice where I could just decompress and hang out with my family. Um, and it felt really good because when I was hanging out with my family, I wasn't concerned about social media or anything like that. I wasn't trying to purposely make content. I was just there being more in the moment. And it's hard to be in the moment when you're worried, you're impatient, you're bored, like any other things that are technically on the downward spiral. Like I don't have space to have both thoughts at the exact same time. It's that being like that lukewarm. That you need to either choose high or you need to choose low, but that middle ground ain't it, famo. So I can say that when I decide to actually like be appreciative and start saying thank you and thank you and thank you and showing up, even though I was like, should I show up or should I focus on my future and networking? I was like, no, I am gonna finish out as strongly as I came in. And what did I do when I came in? I made sure to build a cohesive team that could stand up and with a firm foundation. And how do I do that? I do that by being fun and being the fun, like the play person, and helping them bring their smile and their joy back. So no, I'm going to finish out just how I started. I'm gonna be myself. And I can say I had my farewell call yesterday with my team, and my manager was like, I just really appreciate the last couple months because one thing that she had me doing was hosting cahoots during our team meetings just so we can build the laughter back because that February decision got here had us all in our own little moments and downward spirals. And to
But then also every you weren't the only one that whose position was not carried over.
yeah, including my manager who's ending her position soon
See?
as well. And I can say that it was also hard because she didn't want me to go either. And so when I got on that phone call, she was already red in the face because she knew it was about to happen. And for me, I saw that and I was like, I'll be fine. Like, no matter what, I will be okay. And I can say is that when I actually changed all this mindset, I literally got reached out to for a job. I interviewed, first interview, second interview was on Thursday, got the job within an hour of that interview. And I now start in the next week or so. So for me, I call that a win when my job just ended yesterday with Dutch Bros. And I'm just like, hey, like, no matter what, you're always getting set up for your next. Whether you realize you are or whether you're not, you're always getting set up for your next because it's always a leveling up opportunity. You just have to choose to be leveled up.
And the key in that is in your waiting and being patient waiting, you're not waiting patiently complaining about when is it going to get here, when is it happening, because the longer you complain, the more you're going to have to complain about. But if you're just grateful for where you are, knowing that it's going to come when the time is right, like the tree don't I can plant a seed today, it ain't gonna grow me no apples tomorrow. It has to take time to go through a bunch of seasons before it get to the place where it will produce the fruit. And when human beings have to wait, they complain. And the thing is that you gotta wait anyway. So why not wait being joyful? Why not wait being happy about the new opportunity that you're getting ready to face? You can either face it with anticipation or you can face it with anxiety. You're still gonna have the excitement either way it goes. So you get to choose which way you want to feel it. Where you want to feel it where it makes you feel sick or and nauseous and your heart palpitate, or you want to make it feel like you can jump up and down like a jumping bean because it's the same energy, just on different ends of the pole. Again, that's another law, the law of polarity. Get those divine laws. It's only 12 that you got to learn, but you also not only got to learn them, you got to learn how to apply them in your life and in your conversations because it'll help you really, really, really understand what's really going on, and you'll see that We are creating everything with our thoughts and with our words, our health, our finances, or whatever, because of the law of attraction, because of the law of correspondence, because of the law of polarity, because of the law of reciprocity. And that all that means is whatever you put out there, whatever energy that you're speaking, whatever you're talking, whatever you're putting out there, it's going out there and it's expanding and it's going to bring you back everything that you said. And I know when I was young, I said a lot of foolish things, and I had to live all that foolishness. Okay. And now I'm saying different things. And now when we started this, I told you about the diseases and near death experiences. I don't have any disease in my body anymore because as I graduated up that emotional scale in a high vibration, it does not sustain disease. Disease is only found in the lower echelon of the vibrational scale. So that's another good reason because remember, again, those neurotransmitters that are released that control everything in your all the cells in your body happen when you think a thought or when you say a word. That's just like if you can just get the science of that. Okay. I was telling people on Sunday, they say, well, what can we do? What can we do? If you need to tell your story a different way, you got to go to elementary school again and get your thesaurus. Get to knowing what those antonyms and synonyms and homonyms are so you can find another way to say the same thing that feels good when you say it. So for instance, a few weeks ago, my house got flooded. And I had crap everywhere. I put some load of laundry in the washing machine. I went out to do my walk, and I walk a few miles, and then I went to go do my swim class and all the other kind of stuff. So I was going about 3 hours. When I came back home, my house smelled like crap. Okay, there was crap. I'm not. I would say it other way, but I'm not sure about this platform. There was crap everywhere. The bathtubs it over bathtub stuff backed up into the bathtub. Bathtub was all over the floor. The toilets was all. It was a mess. Okay,
It was nasty, to
it
say
was
the least.
really it was unsanitary. It was to even be in the house at that time. Okay, that's why I'm in a hotel now. But the whole thing is that this flood when it first happened, I was like, oh my God, this is a catastrophe. Look at all these things. And then I was like, no, we're not going to think like that. Okay. We're going to do what can we do? We're not going to put adjectives on it. We're not going to put excitatory words and molatory words that make it worse than it is. Yeah, we had a plumbing issue. It wasn't a flood. It wasn't an atmospheric river. And all those things make you feel differently. Okay. Now, when the people ask me why am I in the hotel, like some of the people here at the hotel, because I talk to everybody. Oh, so how long you staying? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, I'm having my house renovated. I don't have to tell them, oh, my house flooded out and it was crap everywhere, all over the floors and all that. And I don't have to say all that. I can just let them know, yeah, I'm not displaced. I'm not relocated. I'm on a staycation. But I had to walk myself up through all those words as well. Because when it first happened, I said my house was flooded. Okay. And then I said I had plumbing problems. And then I said um, my house is being reconstructed. That still didn't feel good. So then I said I'm having my bathrooms remodeled. That feels real good. Okay. And I went from displaced to relocated to staycation. That feels a lot better. So now I'm actually really enjoying the process of being out of my house, even though I really want to be home. I'm like Dorothy, I want to go home, but but I saw pictures today. I don't want to be here, but that got that. I saw pictures of everything. I was like, oh Jesus, Lord. Okay, so I'm blessed. I had insurance, so I had to think about all the things that I'm grateful for in the circumstance in order to shift me from thinking disastrous thoughts. Now, I say it like that. Or bottom line, it was a stinky situation to stop me from having stinking thinking. That's what I used to tell my clients. Ooh, and they're like, what are you doing, Miss Lois? And I'm like, man, you're stinking. I can smell your thoughts over here. Okay, then I would do my nose like that. Because I would tell you, stinking thinking leads to more crap. Okay, it really does. Because it's drawing it to you. Because you complain, you'll get more to complain about. But when you are in appreciation and gratitude for what you have, for whatever it is that you have, even if it's very little, if you're in gratitude about it, it's like saying to the powers that be, the angels, whatever, more please, more please, more please. And when you're complaining, you're still saying more please, because that's where your focus is. So when you learn how to use your words wisely, you will be able to be in control of your, not only of your future, your present and your past as well, because you get to rewrite your story by telling it in a different way. So if you got a story you've been telling about your childhood trauma and how you got this done to you, that done to you need to sit down with a piece of paper and pencil and look at all the things that came, the positive things that resulted from you having gone through that experience. And when you can do that, it starts to shift your reality. And then begin writing it, get the thesaurus, and figure out another way to tell the story. Because the way I tell my story of all the quote unquote abuse and neglect and trauma and sexual assault, all that kind of stuff, most people are like, that happened to you? Yeah, it happened to me. But I also found that in all that crap, that well, at first I found that all crap is fertilizer. Okay, that's number one, because that's what crap is. It's fertilizer, and the stuff that happens in our life that we call crap, it's just for our growth. And when we find the growth opportunity in the crap, it's like us finding a diamond in a piece of coal. And when we get that diamond out, we want to make it shine. And so we have to elevate our words to see that clarity of that diamond that was behind all that crap. I think I explained that pretty a little.
You did a
I
great
think I did
job.
that.
I
Okay,
was
because
like,
I'm like I'm having to think. Okay, what age group? What age group? Lois, don't go too high.
but here's the thing: if you go too high, I'll take it down lower. So I am
Okay,
not
thank
too
you. Okay,
concerned
because I
with that, because that's why we here. I will say some people call it code switching, but I call it making the information palatable to those that want to understand it, but we know are in different levels of their learning journey. I can
yeah,
say that
yeah,
because I'm not saying that those that are 12 grade and below are don't know, but they really are newer to this. They are not true
and
to this quite yet. And I just want to make sure like they understand, but that's why I say don't worry about that. If I goes too high, I recognize and I will say it another way. So
okay,
I will
okay.
also.
Well,
I
because I know that it gets to flowing and it gets to flowing. So
No, I got
you know,
you, Mom. Here, I'll
and
say this: my mom has a master's degree. She should have a doctorate somewhere, but I don't know where that
I
degree
should
is.
have an M. I should
Somewhere,
have an MD. Okay, all the stuff
okay.
I know about the human anatomy and the body and how the
So
brain works and
yes,
every function and what disease caused what and what. Oh no, I've done a lot of study and I've done my research. I needed to understand what I need to understand because I wanted to live and I just didn't want to live and I just didn't want to survive. I was surviving. I wanted to live abundant. I wanted to have a life that I can look back on and say, hey, you did that. Okay. And that's where I'm at. I raised three successful, beautiful women that are all college educated, and I did it by myself. Okay. With the help of that divine spark that's inside of me and it's inside of every human being because we're energy. I didn't know as much as I know now when my kids were little, but I was always learning and I always wanted to find a better way to do it. And I don't believe I made mistakes. I believe I made missed MISSED takes. Okay, that means if I'm shooting a camera and a film or whatever, this old school camera.
the crank. I was like, she brought out the crank.
Oh yeah, I sure did. The old school camera when you're shooting, and if you've ever been an extra in a movie or been in a play or stuff, you have scenes that you have to play, and you got to get it right. Okay, so the first take, you mean scene one, take one. Okay, oh that didn't come out right. That wasn't. And the director would say, no, let's do that again. Scene one, take 300, because sometimes people take 300 times to get to the right the right about the right take. Okay, but so to me, there's nothing lost. There's no failures. You just learn ways that it didn't work. Now you know if you got an attitude and all that other kind of stuff, and you still got an attitude after expressing your attitude and still not getting what you want, that didn't work. So why keep on doing it? If it don't work, stop. Okay, and that's how I've always been. I'll try. I'm a I used to call it a I still call it that. I'm a tryholic. I will try anything. I try foods. I try experiences. Now I want a few things I won't. I won't do no bungee jumping and jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. Okay.
Not perfectly good airplane.
But I'm open to new experiences is basically what I'm saying. And because I'm open to new experiences, I see that one situation may happen and about 15 people see the same situation. And I tested my clients like this too. 15 people can see the same situation and everybody will see something different. And I had to show this group of girls that I had in a cottage how everybody sees things through their own filters. You see things through your own rose colored glasses or your trauma lenses or even through the clear view. And everybody picks up on something different depending on where they were sitting in the room, what piqued their interest, and where their thoughts were. Because I had somebody come in a room and throw stuff around and be mad and stump and whatever. And I asked them, well, what color were they wearing? What was their hair like? Or what did they do? And they had to write it down. They didn't say it out loud. Everybody wrote down what they had just saw. And I had them all read it one by one. Nobody. Everybody had somebody came in the room. But everything else they saw, the way they described it was completely different. Some people say they came in and they tore up Jack and they did it. No, all they did was came in and it rifled through something like they were looking for something through the papers and stuff. But somebody saw that they were tearing up Jack. The other person said, you know, that they were so angry they couldn't figure out what they were doing because they couldn't even focus on what the person was doing because all they could see is the feel is the anger. So I say that to say that everybody sees things differently. Everybody hears things differently. Depending on where you are in your perspective, you're going to see it different than everybody else. So don't try to think that you're going to force somebody to see it your way. Okay? You just see it your way and stand firm in what you believe. Okay? And but if you believe something that makes you feel bad, then that ain't working for you too good. Okay, because I used to tell people I had drug addicts that I worked with, and I was like, okay, they were I don't want to be here because they were court ordered to work with me. I said, well, I understand that you don't want to be here and all that kind of stuff, but I'm gonna just ask you one question, and you can go if you want to, whatever. But I'm not signing no paper saying that you finished. But you can leave if you want to, because I'm not gonna make you stay. And I said, how's your life working for you? I said, and I would read down their list of things. You've been arrested for this, you did this, and you're doing that, and you're on bid on this, and then that, and that. And it's like, I'm just going to say, if all this is working for you, you don't need my help. Go on out there and live your best life, girlfriend. Okay? But if if that's not what you want to do anymore, if you don't want to be going in and out of jail and you don't want to be in this situation, being trafficked, and you don't want to do this, then you might want to hear what I have to say. Okay? Because it's not working for you. But I'm fine with it, whatever you decide. Okay? If you like it, I love it. Go on about your life. I love you. And most people had to think my life is not where I want it to be. And if your life is not where you want it to be, it begins with changing your words and your thoughts about your circumstance. Start finding the gratitude in whatever it is. Hey, when I was sick, I had to wake up and say, I woke up because I literally died. Okay? And my friend came outside one day and it says, you alive? And I said, yep, I'm alive. And I would get excited because, like I said, doctor sent me home to die. Okay, and that was what 12 years ago now. Well, really, no, 14 years ago. 14 years ago, and I'm still here. But it had to do with how I was thinking. Like I wasn't ready. It's just that simple. I wasn't ready. Now I could have said, "Oh yeah, all right." The doctors didn't gave it up, and I didn't been through all this and all that, and I'm tired, and might as well let it go. But that's not what I wanted. I wanted more, and I wanted to do more, and I wanted to affect more people. But I needed to understand about what was going on because psychologically I knew that I was okay, but I wasn't understanding the energy of the words. That everything is energy. And so I would just suggest that the listeners and or people who will view this in later time, on the replay, um, just start studying the words you're using. Reframe everything. Take that frame that you got out that's gonna cause what you went through trauma, and call that thing I'm a survivor, and then go from that survivor to hey, I'm living, I'm making it, and go from that making.
Oh no. Where'd she go? She gonna get a phone call. She gonna get a phone call. Because how you go from I'm making it and then like she disappears? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? I'm gonna wait for her to come back because I think I know how she gonna close out, but I don't know how she gonna close out. If she here, because I don't know if she gonna come back. But let's see. Looking at my phones, I will say this: as you move yourself back up, you get to determine what your life really, how you're going to make your life, how you're going to choose to see your life, and how you're going to choose to either build onto your life or subtract from your life. The decision is literally ultimately up to you and how you choose to express your words and what words you are using to describe the situations, the circumstances, and your life journey. Because when you take the time to change your words, your perspective, your view, how you feel about things completely change as well. And bringing on her right now. So I was catching them up saying that when it comes to your words, you get to choose what you do for your story. And based off those words, is how you create your reality. I
Yes.
believe that's what you were saying in the gist
Yes.
of it to help you close out. I got you because we're about to end right now. Just want
Thank
to let you
you.
guys know this is, Mom, where can people find you?
Oh, right now I do a podcast every Sunday at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the new Vibe app exclusively right now. But you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. I was finna say Twitter, but there's no such thing anymore.
No, it's
Um,
called X, but we believe it's still called Twitter at Lois Hampson.
oh, okay, all right. And I have a YouTube channel, but I haven't done anything on it. So, but yeah,
So find her. Stuff is linked in the description. Check her out. And I will say this: she does. If you guys are needing that type of assistance, you are looking for more of a life coach in your life. She does offer that as a service at her Wings website, which is also linked in the description. That you guys can click on and book her services as well if you want to go and do that. And to also close things out, I want to let you guys know that because we were talking so much about Inside Out and Joy, I have to let you know that I actually made a video about this and talking about how your emotions mix and some things that Inside Out really didn't cover quite well because it's not obvious unless you know because you've seen it, you've expressed it, and you understand the psychology of it. So I break it down in a fun, easy way while also showing you how to make yourself look like joy for this Halloween season. That video will be coming out soon, so stay on the lookout. And also, don't forget to check out the merch. That's secondly. Lastly, is I don't know when I'm gonna be back live except for next Tuesday, where we'll be back live. I think we're gonna be live with Vicky. I have to triple check that. Just know next week we're gonna be on for another episode of Bessie's Vibe Only. I want to thank you, Mom, aka Lois Hampton, MFT, for being with me today and accepting this invite. I want to let you guys know that you matter, you're enough, your story matters. Everything about you matters. You are worthy, you are brave, you are kind, you are courageous, you are smart, you are beautiful from the inside out, and you are a masterpiece. And please never forget that. I love you to infinity and beyond, and I will catch you guys next live. Mwah! Bye.